Oh, hello, everybody, out there. I don't usually do a live stream anymore, but I thought I'd go live tonight because we've had the reason being is because here in the UK and everything we've had a massive international news today, and it's been like really massive news that's happened today and everything. And um, it was my dad that told me the news actually, because he said, "Have you heard the sad news?" And that as he was picking me up in the car today, on the way home from work, he said to me, "Have you heard the sad news?" And everything. And for one horrible minute, I thought that he was going to tell me something, that was going to happen to him or like somebody in my family and everything. But it's still what he told me, obviously, it would been sadder for myself personally if something happened in my family. But even so, still, what happened, the news that he told me was still extremely sad. And I know that she's had like lots of years and everything, and she's had a really good life and everything. But death is still something, that is still very sad, that happens on this earth. And that even if they're like old and everything, even if they've had a good life and everything, the fact that we live in a sinful world and everything, and death happens, sort of thing, is still very sad. And then anyway, to put it shortly, my dad said, about the Queen, and that the Queen has died. I don't know what time, the Queen died, but our Queen of England has died. And you know anyway, so I'm just sort of like putting this YouTube out to tell everybody about it. I don't know if anybody can see me or not at the moment. I don't know if Natalie's free or Angie's free, or you know, anybody, but I just wanted to come on basically and tell you if you haven't heard yet, haven't heard the news or anything, that, about our Queen of England and everything. Am I actually live? Because nobody seems to be coming on at the moment. I don't know where everybody is, but I just wanted to come on and say about our Queen of England has died and everything. Um and that she's a good queen. Our queen was, she was 96 years old. That would have made her the same age as my nan when my nan died, the last living grandparent and everything. She was, um she was, so she had, and she and all that she did and everything, rule for all those years and stuff. And she was always a good queen, and she was a Christian and everything. And every Christmas time, she would do a queen speech and everything. She would put on a queen speech. Um, so that was good. And all the times when she did a queen speech, she always used to talk about Jesus and everything. So yeah, the Queen used to talk about Jesus and everything. So we know that she was a Christian and everything, because she used to talk about Jesus and that all the time. And 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 and, and everything. Somebody's came in and saw me. Hi, whoever that person was. Um yeah, so she used to talk about Jesus and all her Queen speeches and everything. So I'm not quite sure what the country would do now, to be honest. I know that there's a 10 days of mourning, and I know that now what will happen is that now that the Queen's dead, is that Prince Charles and Camilla would be king and queen. So that's what's going to happen now. Camilla's Charles is going to be the king, and Camilla's going to be the queen and everything. but a lot of people aren't very pleased about that. I think most people would want William to be king, because they think that probably William would make a better king than Charles and everything. So yeah, let's just see somebody's available. I'm just gonna see if Natalie's here. Natalie might want to come on one with me or something. I don't know if she's available at the moment though. I'm just gonna see Natalie if Natalie's about. And then I'll ask her if she's gonna come on here with me. Um, I'm just gonna give Natalie a call. See if she'll come on to me and everything. I'm just gonna go call. Um, I think this is not available at the moment. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to come and tell you all that. I'm just gonna have a look in a minute, see what they're gonna do. Now that I think the country's in mourning for 10 days. The country's in mourning. I'll see if I can find some news about it somewhere in a minute. Um, I'll see what I can find. I'm gonna have a look on Google and see what it involves for the country now that Queen Elizabeth has died and everything. Let me see. The Queen. I'm just gonna Google it and have a look to see what they're gonna do now that the Queen's passed. I'm gonna look it up on Google. Even like Google has gone all grey and everything. I think they usually have colours on Google, but they're not anymore because I bet that's to do with the Queen's death. So I'm gonna see what they're gonna be up to for the next few days. I think what they'll do is probably ban all comedian shows and everything. Oh, let's have a look. See what they're gonna do now that the Queen's passed. Let's have a look. I bet there's some news about it somewhere. Oh yeah. Let's see what the Guardian says. So the Guardian's saying King Charles is going to be called King Charles III. He expresses his great sadness upon passing of his mother in first statement as monarch, latest updates. New King says family mourns passing of cherished sovereign and much loved mother after Queen dies 96 years old. So he's paying his dues to the Queen at the moment. He is. He's obviously it's going to affect him because he's close family and everything. So the death. Oh, it's closing me off. It's not letting me read it. I have to be subscribed to that particular thing. So let's go on to another newspaper on Google. See what I can find. See if I can find something else. It's even got it on the Gov UK about the Queen's death and everything. Okay, I'm gonna see what Google says. What happens now? What happens now? The Queen is dead. What's gonna happen? Let's have a look. See if I can find something. What happens now that the Queen is dead? Oh, the Mirror. Let's see what the Mirror has to say. The Mirror online. Oh, see what this has to say. So the Mirror. What happens now? Dead. Day by day, break day, and plan Prince Charles. So what we can expect to happen over the next 10 days until her funeral, which is expected to be in 11 days' time. So what date would that be? That would be the 19th. So that would be the 19th September. The 19th of September, Monday the 19th, in September time that would be. So it says now, following that news, death age 96, plans have now been put into place called Operation London Bridge and Operation Unicorn. It sets out exactly what will happen over 10 days, including where her queen will lay in state funeral preparation, what Charles' first week as king will involve. Tomorrow will be referred to as D-Day, with the coming days to be referred to as D-Day, the number of days that have passed since her death. The first steps of D-Day are already underway, with flags lowered, masked as a sign of respect. Here's what will happen in the days to come. September the 9th, Charles and Camilla will return to London, and the King will have an audience as monarch with Prime Minister Liz Truss as soon as practical possible. Charles will meet the Earl Marshal, the Duke of Norfolk, who is in charge of the accession, and the Queen's funeral to approve the careful choreographed schedule for the coming days. They will incorporate Operation Unicorn, the contingency plans for the death of the Queen in Scotland. The King will decide on the length of a court or royal mourning for members of the royal family and royal households. It is expected to last a month. The government will confirm the length of national mourning, which is likely to be around 12 to 13 days from now, up to the day of the Queen's funeral. Bells will toll at Westminster Abbey, St Paul Cathedral, and Windsor Castle, and gun salutes, one round for every year of Queen's life, will be fired in Hyde Park and at other stations. The King will make a television address to the nation, which is due to be recorded. He will pay tribute to the Queen and pledge his duties to his service as the new sovereign. The Prime Minister and senior ministers will attend a public service of remembrance at St Paul's in central London, with the event planned to appear as if impromptu. Okay, the 10th September D-Day +1. There will be a meeting of the Accession Council at 10 o'clock in the morning. The official body includes senior government figures and members of the Privy Council. Charles will be proclaimed king during this meeting. The proclaim will be read at St James Palace and at the Royal Exchange in the City, London. It is likely that Camilla will be with him and her new title will be revealed. The Queen used the Ascension Day of her Platinum Jubilee to share her wish for her daughter-in-law to become Queen Consort. D-Day +2, Sunday, September the 11th. The Queen's coffin is expected to be taken by road to the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. Proclamations will be read in Scottish, Welsh and Northern Ireland devolved parliaments in Edinburgh, Cardiff and Belfast. D-Day +3, Monday, September the 12th. A procession is expected along the Royal Mile to St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, along with a service and the vigil of the Prince by members of the royal family. The public may get the chance to file past the Queen's coffin at a mini lion in St Giles. The Queen of Commons, the House of Commons, and the House of Lords are expected to come together in Westminster for a motion of condolence, which the King could attend. After leaving England and visiting Scotland, Charles will at some stage travel to the other countries of the UK, Wales and Northern Ireland, known as Operation Springtide. D-Day +4, Tuesday, September the 13th. The Queen's coffin expected to be flown to London and expected to be at rest at Buckingham Palace. A rehearsal for the procession of the coffin from Buckingham Palace to the Palace of Westminster takes place. D-Day +5, Wednesday, September the 14th. The Queen's coffin will be taken in a memorial procession from Buckingham Palace to the House of Parliament, where a service will take place at Westminster Hall. The Archbishop of Canterbury will conduct a short service following the Queen's arrival. Hundreds of thousands of people will file past the coffin on it and pay their respects, just as they did for Queen's mother's line in state 2002. Senior royals are expected to pay their own moving tribute, standing guard at some stage around the coffin, the traditional known as Vigil of the Vigil of the Princess. Day D plus Thursday, September the 15th. From this today, for 3 days, members of the public will be allowed to view the Queen's coffin, which will lie in Catafalque in the centre of Westminster Hall. Dignitaries will be issued, which is given them a time slot. A rehearsal will take place for her state funeral procession. D-Day 789 from September 16th, Saturday, September 17th, Sunday, September 18th. Line in state continues on D+9 head states to arrival of the funeral. D-Day +10. The Queen's funeral is expected to take place at Westminster Abbey in central London. The original plans are for the Queen's coffin to process a gun carriage to the Abbey, pulled by naval raiding sailors using rope rather than horses. Senior members of the family are expected to Nately follow behind, just like they did for the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales and Duke of Edinburgh. The military will line the streets and also join the procession. Heads of state, prime ministers and presidents, European royals, and key figures from public life will be invited to gather in the Abbey, which can hold a congregation of 2,000. The service will be televised and a national 2-minute silence expected to be held. The same day as the funeral, the Queen's coffin will be taken to St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle for televised committee service. Later in the evening, there will be a private intermet service for senior members of the royal family. The Queen's final resting place will be the Queen George VI Memorial Chapel, and annexed to the main chapel, where her mother and father were buried, along with the ashes of her sister, Princess Margaret. Philip's coffin will move from the royal vault to the Memorial Chapel to join the Queen's, and that's that. That's the end. That's the end of what the Royal Mail said. Everything. So that's the news from the Royal Mail and everything. Oh hi Natalie. Hi Tina. You have me blocked. I think still on Jesus. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry. Can I have a link? Hi, am I blocked on this account? See me. Hi Tina Val. Love you. I love you all too. Here you go. If you want to. If anybody wants to come up. You can have a come up if you want to. Anybody can, and anybody can come up if they want to. I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I accidentally blocked you. Here you go. Hi. I'm just gonna put myself on. I'm just gonna stop my camera a minute because I just need to go to the toilet a minute. But I'll be back. I'll be back to see if anybody's coming up. Oh, hi, hello everybody. I'm back again. I got some stuff for a parcel and everything I have. So are you coming up? Are you, Natalie? I think it's a bit of a sad thing about the Queen dying and everything. It's that's quite sad it's quite sad that the Queen had to die, really, because you know, she was quite a nice Queen and she did a good Queen speech and everything every Christmas and everything. So that was kind of sad, really. But you know, I know that she had a nice long life and everything. That's sort of like, you know, but it's kind of like sad that anybody has to die, really. But we will see her again in heaven, I believe. You know, and when we go to heaven and everything, I believe that she'll go to heaven too, and everything I do. So I think that will be, that she'll go to heaven and that we'll see her again in heaven and everything. So, because she was a good queen and everything. So yeah, and yeah. Is anybody coming up and want to pay a tribute to the Queen or anything, or um yeah. Let's see if I can see what happens on see if the Express will let me put news up. Express. I expect some of the comedy will be probably let me see. Yeah. I don't even know what time she died. I'm not quite sure what time I'm not sure about that. Does anybody know? What time? What time did the Queen pass away? I'll see if I can find any YouTube videos about Queen and just put the YouTube video on and everything. Let's see if I can find something. Sorry, it's taken a long time to. See if I can find something. No, nobody's coming up, so I might as well end this now. Okay, then I just wanted to say that anyway. Bye for now.